to where I am now is so much progress. I feel like this ketamine has helped me grow as a person. I feel like it's brought my mentality to serve people more,
Wow.
to another level of who I am in God. Not just as a person, but who God created me to be.
Let's back up for just a second because I noticed a transformational change just after your first session. And you made a commitment to come in and do what was clinically recommended, which was 6. You were diagnosed with crippling anxiety, depression.
Right.
Okay. On disability.
I
I
mean,
mean, you got a lot of other things, a lot of factors, but
I'll just put it this way. I was diagnosed with chest pain September 21st through the 23rd at St. Francis Medical Center. I work for St. Francis Medical Center
right.
here in Monroe, Louisiana. My name's Dan, for people that know who I am. I'm putting my face out there. I'm putting my name out there. I want people to know that anxiety doesn't define you. Only God can define you as a person who you are and an image of who He created you to be. And I share my testimony with people because I want people to know who God really is. I want people to know that you're a child of Him. I want people to know that you're found in Him. I'm on short-term disability from work. That doesn't define me. Who defines me is I'm loved. Anxiety does not define me. It doesn't wear me down. Yeah, I've had past health issues. I've had past anxiety, depression, worries. But
what do you feel like was the biggest turnaround from you after you started the ketamine therapy? What do you feel like left, or what was given to you?
I felt like a lot of worry left me, and a lot of anxieties left me. For instance, I let a lot of stress away from me. Also, like, I wouldn't say a lot of stress of life, but a lot of stress of my body.
Mm-hmm.
Because I had a lot of stress of saying, okay, am I going to be worthy enough? Am I going to be a better leader to my family? Am I going to be a better mentor to other people? Because I can't be a better leader to my wife. I can't be a better leader to my community if I can't be a better leader to myself. If I can't take care of myself, how can I take care of other people? If I can't take care of myself, how can I take care of the next person? And one thing that I have experienced through this therapy is if I can take care of myself, I can take care of others. And I've had the opportunity to serve people more. I've had the opportunity to mentor people more. I've tried to encourage people more, pray for people more. I've actually had the opportunity to preach the gospel at a local church. And I encourage people, if they don't know who Jesus is, that they would become to know Jesus.
That's right.
Because it's important. That's the most important relationship we can ever have.
Do you feel like this awakened your relationship with Jesus even more so? Because I think that you already had a good foundation in that, but there were some human diagnoses or things that got convoluted from diagnoses, or just your own. They say you can't see the trees because of the forest.
Right.
But what I see in you is complete clarity of knowing who you are.
Well, I had faith in my background. You know, I grew up in church. I had accepted the Lord in my life at 15 years old. I had that faith conscience all along from 15. I'm 32 now. But I had an understanding who God was. But now I have an understanding who God really is. And I understand that God created us individually, one person as an individual, not just as a whole, but as an individual, and says, hey God, I'm not just here on this earth for no prime reason. I'm here for a purpose. I'm here for a divine appointment. And you know what, guys? I'm just going to let you know, this is not a mistake. This is not just, hey, I'm here because I'm here. I wasn't here by mistake. He called me to be here as an example, as an ambassador, as a divine appointment.
You know what I see is that you've had clarity given to you so much, and that knowing after those experiences of the ketamine, like it was like a light bulb that went off, and you were clear. You know, you were like, I was planning on going into nursing, but I'm following my heart, and your passion was reignited. And just in this, you're not even done with your treatments, and within this amount of time, the doors that have opened up because the clarity has become, it's like, now is your season. Right. Now is your time. You know, and that's what I want you to be able to express to people, is like that, the freedom that it's given you. But you had to have the blinders taken off.
So let me go about that. So, y'all, I'm a nursing assistant at St. Francis Medical Center, and I was fixing to apply for nursing school. I didn't know what I wanted in life. My mother-in-law, my wife Tara, can express her love for her mama. Her mama passed January the 4th, 23. Mm-hmm. She was a nurse for 37 years. I got that nursing love, compassion from my grandmother, because my grandmother was not just a nurse, but a loving character of God, that God orchestrated everything for His good, and He gave me that love and that niche that I can't even express. That I love people unconditionally, just like Christ loved the church. Mm-hmm. And I was fixing to go to nursing school, y'all, in January of this next year, 2025. But I went on a men's retreat, and God says, no. He gave me a clear no and shut the door and said, Dan, you're going to ministry. You're going to be a pastor. And I had a pastor on that retreat tell me, he lays his hand on my chest and says, you're going to be a pastor of a local church. And I said, well, that's confirmation. And I said, wow. And a guy on the retreat said, you're going to be a pastor. And tears rolled down my face. And I'm just like, what do I say? I say, okay, God, that's faith. But you know what? That's just life. We got to live by faith. Faith without works is dead.
Yeah, but the exciting thing is that it ignited that passion that was already within you. You thought it was to be through a nursing career, but you had such clarity, and then you had confirmation.
That's right.
After that, and knowing who you are in Christ, number one, knowing who you are, whose you are.
That's right.
Right? And having a path that's clear. You're no longer you're not like repeating. You're evolving. You're clear, you know where you got to go, and you have the passion.
That's right.
Of that within you to do what your heart has always led you to, really, that's been in you, from the beginning.
That's one thing I tell people. I want people to know too, is we have to know who we are and whose we are, because it's exactly what you said, Julie. Is we got to know who we are in Christ, and we got to know whose we are. And whose we are is Christ, because He's the one who created us first and foremost. We are born again believers. Mm-hmm. Just like He told Nicodemus, you must be born again. And when we're born again believers.
Do you feel like you've had a similar experience coming through here?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like I was just starting my life again.
Yeah.
I feel like I did life just like I was born again at 15 years old.
That's right.
I was starting my life and saying, okay, God, use me, mold me into the man I am today. And guess what? I encourage anybody, if they haven't tried this ketamine therapy, that they would try it at least once. Come get a consult with Julie and their staff, because I'm going to encourage you. Come see the sanctuary. It works for anybody. And I'm telling you, the consult's free. Come see Delvin. He's one of a kind. He works with you. They will work with you. It works for me. And I'm telling you, I have people I know. I have a friend that's been through it. I know this staff. They're very trustworthy. They're loving people. They're Christ-centered. And I can tell they love the Lord. And they're one of a kind. And I'm telling y'all, if it's for anybody, if it works for me, it can work for y'all. Thank you for letting me share.
Thank you.